So today I want to tell you more about my experience with the PDTR treatment I had in January. So first of all, I felt very off. I felt very anxious before going there during the months of October, November, December. I wasn't feeling very well, and I think it had something to do with moving to Bali or just too many changes in my life. And then Gijs, who treated me during the treatment, who is a PDTR practitioner, he reached out to me on Instagram and he told me, hey, I read about your symptoms. I can do something for you. And at first I was skeptical because I don't believe people when they tell me how I can help you, because I heard it so many times. I hear this from doctors and from therapists, from everyone. Hey, I can help you. And most of the time, around 90%, no one was able to help. So I just wanted to avoid disappointment. And the first time I said, no, I don't need anything. I just didn't believe him. And then he reached out again, the second time, and I told him no again. And then out of nowhere, I felt so bad, and I had an appointment already in Amsterdam for my dentist. And he reached out again for the third time, and I thought, okay, if it's possible to do the appointment on the same day as my dentist appointment, then I will do this. So it was possible. And I thought, okay, let's go. I have nothing to lose. I already have to go to Amsterdam. So yeah, it will only take me like 1 or 2 hours extra. And maybe it will help. So I went there. I had this treatment. I didn't know exactly what to expect because I never heard of this treatment before. So I started Googling and I read about it. And it was very new for me, and I know there's not that much awareness about PDTR, but I think there need to be so much more awareness about this treatment because it helped me, and I just think there is not enough awareness. So that's why I'm recording this video. That's why I am creating this blog, because I hope it will help. Maybe if it can help just one person, that would make my day. So about the treatment, I went there. I went there without any expectation. So I was there. I had to fill in a full questionnaire of 4 pages about everything, not only my concussion, but all the things in my life, like just if I had broken bones, if I have suffered from migraine. So everything you can think of was in this questionnaire, and I just sent it to him the day before I went there. And then I arrived, and he was very kind, and he was very, really interested in me and in helping me, and he really took the time to help me. And then I was there, and I still didn't know what to expect, so I just went in, and I remember it was in a gym, so I thought, are we going to do exercises? But that's not the case. I went there, and first we talked a bit about how it works and everything. And it's just, PDTR is just, they are it's working with the tension of your muscles. So I had to lay down, or I had to stand, or just do some kind of movement. For example, I had to lay down on the table, and then I had to move with my head to the right. And if I couldn't give pressure with my leg, then that means there was like a trauma or something in my body that needs to be restored. So the first time that happened, I thought, it's a bit weird, right? So I told him, are you giving any pressure with your hands, or are you doing something? But this wasn't the case, because then he removed his hands and I still couldn't give any pressure. So I really noticed that when I moved my head to the left, I could give pressure, but if I moved my head to the right, I couldn't. So then he noticed, okay, so there is a neck trauma. So he treated this one, and he treated it like touching like rubbing or ticking, or just with a small needle. It's not a needle that goes into your skin, but more like it's not even hurting, but just ticking. And then he treated it, and then I have to do the movement again, and then I could give pressure. So it's very weird. I was still a bit like, okay, what's happening? I don't know, that something is happening. And he also noticed that my body was very tight. My body was just like holding like tension. Also, my jaws were always clenched and always tight, and I didn't even notice this anymore because this was something that I already experienced from the beginning of my journey, which is already almost 6 years ago. So this was normal for me. But after the treatment, my jaws were relaxed. And at first I thought, okay, this would be temporary because I had more treatments where I felt very relaxed afterwards. For example, acupuncture or massage therapy, things like this. But it was always temporary. And this treatment wasn't temporary because right now it's already 3 months ago and I never had cleansing jaws anymore. And I just feel my muscles are more relaxed and not like stressed like this all the time. And he noticed this right after the treatment as well, because my feet were also very tight. And after the treatment, he touched it and he moved it a bit, and I felt it was more loose. So this was already an improvement that I thought, okay, something is happening here. And he also treated my noise sensitivity and my my light sensitivity. So he was just snipping his hands behind my ears, and it was so annoying because I hate it when someone is close to my ears because it's very sensitive. But he was snipping his hands, and he was just, it was just, I couldn't give any pressure with my legs, which means there is a trauma, there is something not well. So he snipped his hands and I couldn't give any pressure on both sides of my ears, so left and right. But then he treated it again and I could give the pressure. And the same with the light. He had like a small flashlight, and it is so annoying because when someone is just, when there's the light, when it comes into your eyes, it's so it's just bothering, right? So I thought, oh my God, what you're doing? But he used it, and then I couldn't give any pressure. And then again, after the treatment, I could give pressure again with my leg. And the same for some just other body parts, like my left knee. I had another accident before I got a concussion a few years ago, where I really fell very hard on my left knee. So there was another trauma in it. Also my left ankle. And some more parts. I think the left side of my face there was something. So many things there were treated during this treatment. And at first he told me, just notice how you feel in the coming days, and then you will just notice some differences. And I thought, okay, I told him I still don't believe it. I still believe it's temporary, because I had this so many times that things were temporary, and then after a few days it was back to to this, the relaxing feeling was gone. So he told me, I understand, but just notice how you feel, and let me know. So after the treatment, I had my dentist appointment, and the first thing I already noticed was I was waiting in the waiting room, and there was always music. And normally I'm wearing my headphones because I hate it when I have to wait somewhere where there's music and people talking and everything. So, but I noticed I didn't thought of my noise cancelling headphones. I still, of course, hear the music, but it wasn't like bothering me, like, I don't know what to do, because when I forget my headphones or something, I feel like really, really, it can even make me like mad. Like, I don't know how to describe but it's not just bothering, it's like I can handle. But this time it was, of course, a bit bothering me, but I could handle it. So that was the first change I noticed. And then I went to my parents by train. In the train, I felt more calm than normally, but I thought maybe it's just because I feel more relaxed because of the treatments. So I will see what will happen in the next days. And then I stayed at my parents' place for like 2 or 3 days, I think 2 nights. And then I went back to my own place where I live with my boyfriend. And I took the train again. It's 3 hours by train. And I was in the train and this was the first difference I noticed. I was just so calm, and normally when I'm in crowds or in public transport or something, it's just too much, right? It's like you feel a little bit restless, and you're in your own bubble and thinking about, okay, I need to stay calm, or I need to cover my ears because I don't want to hear all those conversations or music or things. And this time I was just sitting there, and it was busy, and I was feeling calm. I wasn't feeling this restless feeling like, oh my god, I hope it will go fast. I just want to go out of the train. But it was like, okay, I'm okay. I was just looking outside the window. Things weren't passing that much anymore. I felt relaxed, and it's the first time in such a long time that I didn't hate to take the public transport. I was just okay, and that felt very weird. So that was the week after I totally felt like this, like calm, just more like me. And also my head felt more clear. I normally in the beginning had a brain fog all the time. It improved over time by doing interval training, but it was still there, but I was getting used to this new situation of always having some fog or some not the clear feeling that I had before the accident. But to be honest, I almost forgot that feeling, because if you are already suffering for years, and you forget how it feels, right, to have a clear head. But this time I felt very clear. My head was so clear, and I could think normally. I just felt normal, and that was so new for me. This lasted for like a whole week, and then out of nowhere I started to get dizzy, very dizzy, and I just want to tell you that I'm not sure if this is a result of the treatment, because I was already feeling like a bit anxious, restless, like I was just doing too much during the last couple of months, and I pushed myself over and over again. Because things needs to be done. I had to move to Bali, I had to arrange so many things, and it was just too much. And I already noticed, okay, this needs to change soon, because otherwise it's going wrong. But then I had this treatment, and so again, I'm not sure if this is a result of the treatment or if this would happen anyway. So I don't want to scare you or something, because I think this would happen anyway. So I just felt so dizzy, and I had this ringing ear on one side. I just couldn't feel like where I was in space. I had to lay down, but everything was turning like the drunk feeling, like you feel so nauseous and everything's moving, and I hated it. And then I had to throw up. I felt so sick, and after I threw up, I got my first panic attack that I had in my life. And when people told me about panic attacks, I never knew that it would be this bad. I always thought, but you still have control, right? You can just tell yourself there's nothing going on, but it's not like that. I really thought that I was dying. It was like my whole body was shaking, and I couldn't stop it. I almost couldn't breathe, like, oh my god, something is happening, I'm going crazy. And I didn't know what to do, and it lasted for 2 hours. I told my boyfriend to call an ambulance or something, but he told me just to relax, to stay calm. And I think when I was alone, when he wasn't there, that I called an ambulance. When I was alone, I would freak out. So this was the first time happening to me, and it scares me so much. I took some calming pills like oxazepam. I already had this at home because I felt some restless feeling during the last months. But of course, it's not a solution, but I really needed it. I couldn't calm down anymore. So I got this panic attack, and the full week I was every day getting a panic attack. I felt even during those panic attacks, I felt like I can get a panic attack every moment of the day. I had to focus on my breath the whole day. When I wake up, it was like, oh my God, what's happening? I feel so restless, so panicking. Something that I never had on this level before. So it was a bit scary. And my parents picked me up after 1 week. And then they saw, wow, what is this? They never saw me like this before. And I went to the doctor again. And he or she, just told me that I pushed myself too hard, that I need to stay calm, that let me take a sip of my water. My throat is a bit dry. But she told me, I think you have this anxiety disorder, or you developed something like, you just did too much. You have to take care of yourself. So this was a moment where I realized, I always teach people, take a step back when you need it. Just stay calm, relax, do more things that makes you happy. And then I remembered, oh my God, I didn't do this myself. I was just like running all the time from appointment to appointment, from thing at work to work, just not listening to my body, because I had in my mind, okay, I'm going to Bali in the 1st of February and then everything will be okay, right? But it wasn't. And I just took too much on my plate for a longer time. And then this happened. But this has, I think, nothing to do with the treatment. But maybe the treatment was the last push, because my body, of course, has to balance again after a treatment like this, have to restore. And if you're already doing too much and you get a treatment like this, then it can maybe too much. But I think it's better to record another podcast about this, because I can tell you way more about what happened and everything. But in this one, I just want to talk about the treatment, and I don't see this as a bad thing. So this all happened, but still, after even having those panic attacks and everything, I still feel the difference from before the treatment and after the treatment. Because before the treatment, I was like, oh my God, I feel so tight, my muscles are tight, my jaw is always clencing. And then and then after the treatment, I still don't have clencing jaws. I still feel like a feeling that I just can't describe. It's just a more calm feeling. I don't know how to describe it, but something really changed. Let me get some water. So I'm just very happy that I went there. And I think not everyone will get this reaction, because I was already feeling like this. Just I want you to know that this is, I think, not a result of the treatment. But if it was, then I still don't see this as a negative thing, because I can imagine when you do something like this and your body thinks, for me it was after 5 years, if your body is already in like a stress mode for 5 years, and then something changed, then your body can think, oh my God, what's happening? Something is wrong. This is not normal, right? So I can imagine that changing something like this in your body is having such an impact. And after this treatment, I didn't took any rest. I was just going on and doing too many things. And it's so important after doing a treatment like this to take rest as well. And even if you feel you can handle more, then still you don't have the resources to do it, because your body needs to restore and you have to take it easy. And I didn't. And that's, I think, also the reason why I felt like this. And right now I'm recording this video for our podcast, and I still feel I have this anxiety, but I don't have the panic attacks anymore. And it feels like my body just needs some time to adjust, to find this balance back. That's exactly how it feels. Sometimes I feel like my body is more moving to the left, like the anxious side, and on other days I feel so calm. I feel just new me, like I felt 1 week after the treatment. So it feels like my body is still a bit balancing between this panic side, okay, van oh my god, what's happening, and the side of so relaxed and something that I never felt after the accident. So I think that are the most important improvements. And also when I am working, for example, I can do so much more, and my screen isn't bothering me anymore that much. I always, when I was working behind my screen, I got this tension behind my eyes. I felt this neck tension. I just had to take breaks many times, and I still take breaks because I just feel better when I take breaks. But it's not that I need it anymore. I feel like I just can do my work normally, and that's new for me. And I still notice improvements. I still notice that things changed. For example, last week I went to a restaurant here in Bali, and it was so busy. The music was so loud. The people who were working in the kitchen were just making so much noise. Also the staff, the serving staff, was just talking all the time. It was very busy with people. So it was very busy and a lot of noises, music, background. I had to talk to my boyfriend, so I had to do many things at the same time. And I noticed that I could handle it. I normally, when I had to do all those things like multitasking, I was just like, oh my god, it's too much. And I was in my own bubble, trying to ignore everything. But right now I was just talking, and of course I didn't like that it was busy, but I could manage it. And that's the difference that I notice right now as well. And also I'm riding here on my scooter, and things like when I was in the car or when I was driving, things were passing so much, just passing too fast, and I couldn't focus, and I was just like, oh my god, it's going too fast, I just want to cover my eyes. But right now I'm just scootering. I don't scooter for like 1 hour, but still last week I scootered for like 25 minutes, and it was okay. I had to rest afterwards, but I felt the difference again. So a difference that I never felt before the treatment. So yeah, so this is my update about the treatment. And I'm just happy that I went there, and I still feel like I need to balance myself a bit more. Like my body is still looking for the right balance, but I still notice those improvements, and especially the first one, the cleansing jaws are still gone. It's so weird, and I really can recommend this treatment. It's also because he already treated more people with a head trauma, and some of them are just able to go back to work or have social life again. And the most important thing is that you just get your trauma out of your body, and you are just able to do more things in life, and you just feel more calm. And I think it will calm down your nervous system as well. And I feel I can handle my emotions better than before. So yeah, I'm so happy that I went there. I just had one treatment. Normally you have sometimes you have just one treatment, but it can happen that you need 1, 2, or maybe 3 treatments. But still, I mean, it's not a long process of going into something that takes like a year. For example, I had vision therapy for about a year. This is just a few treatments, and you may notice a difference right away. So that's what makes it really beautiful, I think. So for everyone who is curious about this treatment or who wants to know more about how it exactly works, I added a link below, so you can just click on it and find out about this treatment. So I think they are way better to explain how it works and what it does to your body than I. So I will just want to share my experience, but the science behind it and everything you will find on that page. And for everyone who wants to try this treatment with Gijs, he is located in Amsterdam, and I share a link to his Instagram account, so you can reach out to him if you have any questions. Maybe you can share your personal situation, and he can say, okay, I can help you, or I can't help. So feel free to reach out to him. He's very kind and happy to answer your questions. And I just hope it helps just even one person. And if you are going there, I would love it if you would let me know. I'm so curious what it will do for you. So yeah, that's it for now. And again, if you have any questions, just reach out to me. Happy to answer all of them. And yeah, I just hope it helped.